Hey guys, so I wanted to film a video today, and it's going to be kind of sort of different, as in everything with this channel just seems pretty much all over the place in regards to my interests, but I had seen a couple of videos pertaining to people's collections within Pokemon, particularly their favorite type of Pokemon. I've even seen some of like the villains, like with Team Rocket. This really big kind of thing happened last year, so it's kind of an anniversary thing, and I'll show that at the end. I wanted to show you guys my favorite Pokemon collection, who is Blaziken. As you can see from here. Now, Blaziken, he is from Gen 3 of Pokemon, from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Those games came out when I was about 9 years old. Those games are very special to me for many reasons, aside from the fact that I loved them as a kid and I had very happy memories with them, but they also inspired me to go into art. This guy in particular, too, his design I really love. He has all of my favorite colors, pretty much, in his design. I love all the warm colors. So he's just a combination of both. But I thought it would be kind of cool because, like I said, I had seen this video from, I think their name was, let me pull it up real quick, Tater Tatiana, and this is her Instagram. I wanted to give shout out to her because I really enjoy her Pip Love collection, and I kind of wanted to do a similar type of video showing what I have with Blaziken. And I guess before I start the collection, I wanted to talk about why Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon. I'm sure that a lot of people would ask why. To be honest, there's a whole bunch of reasons. There's not one definitive reason aside from the fact that, like I said, I don't know, as a kid, I guess, I've always been into Pokemon. I started playing Pokemon at like age 3 or 4. I mean, I was really young when I started playing it, and that started from Yellow, Blue, and Red, and then I played Gold and Silver. I never got Crystal. But then it went to Ruby and Sapphire, which I had 2 of the versions for, and I love them. When it came to with the starters specifically, for whatever reason, that was, like I had mentioned before, with me getting into art. There was an instance when I was younger that I specifically remember looking at the starters and just drawing them and realizing of how much I like drawing, which was like, I had never like doing any sorts of arts and crafts or drawing thing beforehand. And for whatever reason, with that moment, it was a very defining moment for me. And that's why I really love the starters. And I usually start with a fire starter. So I started with Torchic, and Torchic is really cute too. And you'll see even too, the collection that I have, it's not so much just the Blaziken collection, it's also just his evolution, you know? But there's obviously more Blaziken because Blaziken. But I have a lot of Torchic stuff. I only have like maybe 1 Combusken thing. It's a shame. I have to look for more Combusken ones. I remember seeing his first design, like when he evolved, like when he finally reached his final evolution with Blaziken as a kid, and I immediately loved him. And it's weird because I guess I really expressed my love for him because it seemed like people who didn't even know me directly as a kid, even so much so now, and as I got older, they knew who Blaziken was because of me, or vice versa. They knew me because of Blaziken. I don't know. I do. I really, really love Blaziken, and he just seems like a really, really cool Pokemon to have if Pokemon were real. And if there was ever a point where Pokemon were real, at some point, if whatever the hell they make it do, of course I would want Blaziken, as any other person would want with their favorite Pokemon. But that being said, I wanted to go into my collection. So let's start with what I'm wearing. I have a Blaziken pin. This is a Blaziken enamel pin from Nintendo World. Now this one is a little bit older. This is actually from the Pokemon Center. This has all the 3 evolutions on there. It has Blaziken, Combusken, and Torchic. One of my favorite things that I have. But yeah, this was from the Pokemon Center because they redid the Nintendo. It was first the Pokemon Center, but then they made it into Nintendo World, but now it's a Nintendo NYC or whatever it is. I still call it Nintendo World. I don't call it NYC. This is a Pokemon Trader Card tin that I have, and I got it because of Blaziken. I used to work at a department store, and they had him on sale, so I picked him up, and inside he just has a whole bunch of Blaziken things. I feel like I'm missing one thing because I quickly looked at this, and I know if it's not in here, I'll definitely mention if I don't have it. Hurler recreation my friend Shane made me, I think for my 20th birthday, and I love him. My initial goal for when I finally get my own place because I had to move back home because of this whole pandemic. But what I want to do is I want to create just a shelf of all Blaziken, like that's my initial build, like not a, like maybe a side of a room, but just a shelf with all his things, because I love him so much. And I see so many people that have like really cool dedication, I guess, shrines to their favorites, and that's kind of initially what I want to do with him. This guy I actually got off at Depop, and as I'm looking, I guess I don't have it because he also came with a little Blaziken ball, and I can't find it. It was this little tiny, like little sphere, and it had Blaziken's face on it, and I love it, but I don't know where it is. I have to go look for it. But he's really cool. I really like his stance. I don't know where he's from. Like I said, I got it from Depop. It was a secondhand seller. This Blaziken was from a gaming system that I had as a kid that I never understood how to work. Like, it was this little thing that you inserted, and it was kind of like a battle simulator, but it was very confusing. And yeah, I don't know. Here's a little Torchic that I have. I actually got over in Japan because I went about 2 years ago, and he was in a book off. He was only about like 50 cents. His head is a little, like, you can probably see the little slinky, what is it called? But anyway, like his head's kind of coming off. So that's why he was really cheap, but I wanted to pick him up. He looks so cute actually from this. Love him. Speaking of Japan, this is something that my friend Anna picked up for me when she went there for the first time. It's a little Blaziken keychain. She was saying, like, even in the wrapping, it looks like it's a Japanese exclusive item, but it has Blaziken and his Mega Evolution, and then it has the 3 charms, so it has Blaziken, Torchic, and Combusken. This is the only Combusken thing I have. I need to get more Combusken things. If anyone is selling any Combusken things, let me know, because I definitely want to pick up more of him, because I feel like he's underappreciated. And this guy, my mom actually got for me. It was for Christmas one year, and she had gotten me this guy, and I was like, what? How did you know? Because I think I had my Amazon account open. She'd seen my Amazon open, so she knew that I had wanted him. And I was like, this is the Tommy Mega Blaziken, and he's super flexible. Like, you can do so many poses with him. And he kind of scares me a little bit because, as you can see, his fingers, they're very adjustable, as I had said. And for whatever reason, I have this fear that one of them is going to fly off. So I have his stand, and I have to, like I said, I want to display him, but I just have to find a proper way to. But for now, he kind of chills with the rest of them in this little container while I figure out what I'm going to be doing with his faces. But he's very cool. And then we have some, like, really cheap knockoff. Here's a little knockoff of Torchic. Here is a knockoff of Blaziken. Now, this one is very interesting because I'm going to go into a toy that he's a knockoff of, and that's of this guy. This guy had a flamethrower thing that I don't know where it's been. He's the oldest paired with this guy. These two are my oldest items in my Blaziken collection. These two actually were a gift from my godfather. My family, as I had mentioned before, spoiled the hell out of me. And for one of my birthdays, he went out of his way to see if he could find any Blaziken merch, and he ended up doing so. And I was surprised because I had never seen it before. It was just one of those things where it's like, I doubt that it's going to be out there, but if you see it, like, go ahead. And it's such a wild concept because I feel like Blaziken is everywhere now. I feel like there's a lot of ways that you can get him. I guess when Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire first came out, it was kind of hard to find. So I was really happy that he found these two. And he ended up passing away, I think, like a year or so afterwards. And that's why they're all the more special to me. I have a feeling, like, a lot of people talk about naming their plushies. And I do have a name for 2 Torchics, but the Blazikens I don't. He, however, is just going to be Blaziken because Blaziken has always just been Blaziken to me. And he's had this name for, what, like 16 years, so he's always just gonna be Blaziken to me. This bandage has been on his arm since I was like 11 years old, so it's been a very long time, and his antenna gets kind of, it's always been like that. It kind of annoys me, but there's also like that charm of it, because I would always go like that for him. But I love him. Speaking of plush Blaziken, I have Mega Blaziken. This I got from the Pokemon Center or Nintendo World or whatever in the city. He was kind of expensive. He was a little pricey, but I love him. He's not as cushiony though. He's definitely more of like a collector, like displayable thing. He's definitely not one to cuddle. He's not he's not that soft. But speaking of cuddly ones, I do have my last two of the general collection, and that's these two Torchics. And this Torchic I've had for I don't know how long, because I dressed up as May from Ruby and Sapphire. I don't remember when I got him. And then this little one, my friend Dank had given me. He's so cute. They've given me them with a little ribbon, and I keep the ribbon on them, and I think color just fits them really well. They're all grouped together like a family. They're not on my bed. I know that there's a lot of plushies that are still out there of Blaziken and Torchic that I have seen and I do want. There's this one that my friend has that we shared a studio space together, and he brought it in for our space, and it's so freaking cute. But it's like one of the original 2003 model of his toy, like the miniature like chibi plushes, and I was checking on eBay and it's like $300 now, which I'm like, he's about this size. Like, I've held him and I've seen him, and I'm not paying that amount of money for that size of a plush. But if anyone is like looking like just to that Blaziken a new home, like let me know, because I will definitely take great care of him with all of my Blaziken family. But that being said, I'm going to show you finally the last part of this collection. That is this tweet that the official Pokemon Twitter had done for me. This was exactly a year ago. I had drawn Torchic and me as a kid, and this is me and Blaziken, I guess, currently. This was for like it was the Rhymezona hashtag, and basically it's you drawing yourself with Pokemon that would be your partner. Of course, Torchic and Blaziken would be, and I was not expecting that. I met a lot of people through this retweet, and it's crazy. Even somebody that I had met 5 years before on the Pokemon Oros Midnight release line in New York City, they found me through this tweet. And I was like, how the hell did you manage to do that? I mean, I did draw something for them on that line, but it was a wild thing. And I did ask them if they can draw Blaziken for me, so also, I don't know. Maybe I do post myself a little bit out there, so they kind of knew. But in any case, this is the highlight of this collection, I have to be honest, with Pokemon recognizing how crazy I am for this man bird. So, that being said, that's my collection. That's what I have thus far. Like I said, I'm sure that I have more of him somewhere, but I have to go look. Yeah, that's essentially it. If you are a fellow Blaziken fan, let me know. If you just have a favorite Pokemon that you've been collecting years of, like, let me know too. I mean, it's a really cool thing to see. I wish people would do it more. I really like collections because you get to see different variations of this one character. Everyone's got like their own different way of looking at it in the grand scheme of things. So that's why I appreciate like people collecting things, because not only is it I guess aesthetically pleasing to visually see, but it's also it's just a cool idea. I don't know. That's why I've always kind of liked it. But I have to minimize my collections, I think. I've kind of collected a lot of different things throughout the years, and I have to figure out like what things I'm going to be sticking with. But this guy, obviously going to be sticking with till the end of time. He's been with me, like I said, for too long. He's not going away. Again, guys, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.